I'm Angie. I'm 23 years old. I want to talk about being 23 years old. I always give things with my example. So I just want to give whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm up to, being 23 years. Also from my colleagues and what we've been doing. First of all, let's talk about the freedom that you get. You get a lot of freedom because it's like parents are letting go of you. You are on this phase that you're starting just doing things on your own. And I'm talking about majority because there are those who have been doing things on their own since at a very young age. There's a lot of freedom. Yani, you can just do whatever you want. This a lot of freedom comes with a lot also because you have to make right decisions because everything is on your hands. Right decision is not just made just like that because you have to think and rethink and think again, okay? And be sober, be vigilant, be sober. I don't know if you guys have noticed, and those who are maybe above 23, you can counter check me while you are this age. This a lot of freedom comes with like everything is at stake. Whatever you're going to make, everything is at stake. You don't know if you do this will happen and your life will be doomed. So you even fear about making a certain move or some certain decisions because you feel like I'll be doomed. Well, I'll do this and it will mess up and I'll be doomed. And you go again, you start blaming yourself. Some of us, we fear making some decisions and you're just like, just let it go or whatever. Because you're so afraid sometimes. What if I do this? What if I say this? How will they say? You know? There are categories. You end up, number one, there are those who don't end up making any decision. They're just there, just there. There are those who make decisions and they're like, whatever comes, it's okay. And there are those who, they're like calculative on every decision that they are making. They're calculative, they're like, if I do this, this is what might happen and these are the consequences. If I do this also might happen and these are the consequences. So they calculate, the one that is heavy, they make that decision. There are those that like taking decisions that are risky, like they don't want any good thing, just risky, you have 20,000 in your pocket and you're like, you not even betting, you like, for those who are doing forex, blah blah blah, those online things, you like put everything there and you don't know if it's a win, it's a lose. You just put, because if it's a win, it's a very big win, and if it's a lose, it's like you're like zero. So you just put everything there. My friends are those type. Hey, you need to control depression. You need to be a controller of deep depression if you're that type of a person. Because bro, you'll die in ICU. At 23, let's talk about it being a young adulthood phase. Because at 23, some of ladies have, let's say, 1 kid, 2 kids. They're just a mom because they have a little child. That's wanamlea. And we can also say mom because they have responsibilities to take care of the young ones. At 23, that is. So when you're beginning, there are those who are just fresh. Everything is just fresh. They're experiencing everything fresh. And there are those who have 1 kid or 2 kids, so they have responsibilities. And adulthood has kicked in. I think it's the phase that you are like transitioning. Let's say from 21. It's not even 23, even others have at 21, going up to 25. This young adulthood, it's not only when you have a young child that you're taking care of, let's say your child. You can also have your cousin's child that you're taking care of. You can also have your parents that you're taking care of. You can also have your brothers and your other siblings that you're taking care of. It's just a whole range. So it being young adulthood, it's just a wholesomely included, especially if you're providing. You have to provide for your baby, you have to provide for your mother, you have to provide for others. Will struggle deep. They will struggle deep inside. The struggle might be too heavy, but none of them will speak off because it will be like you're telling yourself, I have to do this because it's my responsibility. I have to do this. And that is the adulthood now. It's really hectic, trust me. Because being interacted with people, I can tell from both sides that none of the side is easier. Every side has a responsibility. Whether it's your child, your parents, every side has a responsibility. So don't think that because maybe you have a child and the other person doesn't have, so you're like you even don't know the burden. You know, my shoulders are so heavy that I have to carry a lot of things. And no, even the one that doesn't have still has responsibilities, because no one is just zero like that. So there's no easy platform. Everywhere, everyone has responsibilities, and where you've landed, you just choose to take up the cross and, you know, do whatever is supposed to be done. Yes. And also there's this 23, 24, 25 who are still not employed. You're still at your mom's place, brother's place, sister, you know. I know you know that you feel it's already a burden to that person where you're living, okay? But you don't have otherwise, because you have to be there. Let's say you've just moved from Ushago and you don't have any other place to stay. So you see, you have to be there, work until you save to finance your own place and your own expenses. You see, it's already a burden to where you're staying. Maybe it's your brother, it's your sister's place. It's already a burden. So that also is like adulthood, because already you're feeling that burden, even though you can't, the other person can't show. Even if they'll show, you already know in your mind, right? Yeah, you can feel me. I can feel you too. Making plans at 23 is so critical. I think we should just visit the psychiatrist or whatever. You go to visit a psychologist, whatever. You might make plans involving your friends. You need to make plans involving your parents. You need to make plans involving your colleagues, you know, just every category. And the plan has to like give, you know, you can't go with a poor plan to your parents or to someone who's taking care of you, and they'll be expecting, and then you're bringing things and they're like, are you normal? Are you okay? With friends, it's allowed. And there's nothing heavy in someone's mind like thinking of what you'll do. You have to analyze things on both sides, because they're also looking up to you. Plans involve also marriage, your relationship. There's this category of our type that we seek guidance from reliable people, and then there's also this category that we don't want. Like, you know, whatever you're doing, you don't want to ask. And not all the time they are wrong. Some are very right, and they've been depending on themselves to do things on their own. And there's this category that they need guidance from reliable people. So I don't know which is the best way to go, because you might also be making decisions by yourself without seeking any guidance, and you're just like, fire boom, I'm good, I'm okay. But meanwhile, if you could have sought help from someone who is reliable, it could be a lot better than you just making your own. So again, that is a problem. Vice versa is still, I don't know. You see, I don't know. That is just being 23. I don't know. Because you might also be seeking guidance from this person, and maybe the person is not the right person that you need to be asking, and you've been following his or her guidance for a long time, and yet you're wrong. If you could have made your own, you could be bomb. These are rare cases, but trust me, they're there. So we just don't know. It's just called 23. In either way, I think we should just pray or whatever. Another thing, things that hold you back, because you've been through youth and childhood stage, and there are things that you might have done that are holding you back, and to some you just have to let them go. But also it's a critical, because you don't know how. For some, you don't know how to let them go. You don't know how to tell them that I want to let you go. You know, you can't go and tell someone I want to let you go. It's not even logic. Activities, maybe you used to drink and you don't want to drink again. You used to party with friends and you don't want to do that again. And this is facing a lot of people. You just don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know what I'll recommend unless I seek and I hear. And I don't know, those who have passed, you can tell us how to do this. Leaving things behind is a process. That's what I believe. You just start slowly. Reduce maybe conversation if it's with friends. Reduce going out several times. Just start one at a time, one thing at a time. Just cut, reduce the level. Or you can just tell them I've changed, and okay, that is funny. I don't know, just slowly, because that's being 23 again. There's positive holding back and there's negative holding back. Negative is the bad friends, activities and all that you've been doing. Positive is links that you need, people. It's just a vice versa process, and that is just being 23. Another thing that is disturbing is how to start things on your own, how to start that conversation with that person, how to start a business. Again, you can seek guidance from reliable people, or if you're this mofo type where you do things on your own, well and good. I know people don't talk of this, but it's just hectic on its own. Like, how do I start? If it's a business, you need capital. Where's the capital coming from? If you have to take a loan from whatever, you have to ask from someone, whatever. Those are the things that you're thinking about, okay? If, let's say, starting conversation with a person, you're just like, how will I start? How are you? How are you doing? And then after that, what again? It's that bad. So sometimes you can even write, okay, I'll go and say, how are you? I hope you're fine. Yes. Blah. And you sit down and cram. But when you approach the person, everything disappears, and then you're just embarrassed. And that embarrassment will make you not even approach any other person. You've made a plan that this girl, I'm going to talk to her. This girl, I know this is what she likes, this is what she likes, this is what she doesn't like. So you've gone, hello, how are you? And then the glass that she's giving you, it's like, I'm fine, how are you? And everything disappears. But anyway, shoot your shot. No matter, even if you'll be embarrassed. For business engagement and all that, I think there's a plan of what you do. There's a way you approach someone if it's business plan. You can just study and make yourself analyze. But that is just being 23. And we embrace it and we love it. So I've just tackled some of the facts of being 23. If you have any addition, subtraction, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.